Hello, Sagittarius, you sun, moon, and rising people. I'm Katie. Welcome to the channel. This is your June love and relationships reading. All right, so I'm going to start off with a spirit animal card for you and the person that you're in a relationship with, okay? We'll see where your current energy is at. Let's see, we have got, so 4 came out. That's funny. I think on the last one, 4 came out too. Normally I'm only picking 2. Okay, you are deer spirit and skunk spirit. So you are kind of in a vulnerable space right now. You are definitely like you've lost a sense of your self-worth, and I think you are just really vulnerable. You need kind of that like sensitive touch. You need to be nurtured this month, okay? If you do not get it from your partner, nurture yourself, okay? Give yourself some care. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel better, okay? Because you can't love someone until you love yourself. So make sure you're doing that, okay? I have for your partner, we got buffalo spirit and pig spirit, which is all about like abundance and wisdom. Okay, so I feel like you kind of are in a vulnerable space because like right away I saw like the stereotypical man in a suit that makes a ton of money, that's arrogant, that, you know, kind of wants like trophy wife. Okay, I was kind of getting that kind of from buffalo, but then with pig I was kind of getting though that they're not total assholes. Maybe they are, I don't know. I was kind of getting like this, but they still are like wise. They still understand the way that they treat people. They understand their place. They do have a little bit of like humility, because they do have a grasp on more than just material wealth. They have a touch of like spiritual development and understanding. Sorry, I shouldn't have that. But yeah, but I feel like there's definitely been something between the two of you that has made it so that you just aren't as confident. I don't know. Because I feel like you have been a confident person at some point in your life. And just now, like, I don't know if it's just like very short-lived and it's just something that they've done to kind of like hurt you or have said something. I don't know. It definitely doesn't, like, it just feels like you're not typically like I don't want to say insecure because I don't feel like it's that, but like they're kind of bringing that out in you right now. I don't know. Let's see what else we need to know for Sagittarius. Yes. Okay. Bunch fell out, so let me just kind of arrange these here. Okay. Oh my gosh, you got quite a bit. Okay. We are just going to go through these. Okay. Okay, this is making some sense. Okay. So you guys have definitely like, I don't know if you've just had a big fight, a big argument, but you have been through a storm recently. And I think that's what's kind of made you kind of retreat back and feel a little insecure, right? Yeah, I don't know how deep I want to go to that one. But you right now, I think they're calling on you to really hone in on your power. You know, you've got this royal crown here, like you're a royal being. You are very strong natured, you're hardworking, you are capable of doing, you know, achieving the goals that you've set for yourself. And I think you need to start bringing that energy into the relationship. Okay. And I just heard like, but some of you have done that and that's what caused the fight, but you still want to do that because you don't want to be inauthentic in this relationship. You need to fully be yourself. We all deserve to be loved by someone for who we truly are. Okay. I don't want you retreating into this, you know, kind of skunk energy where you're not sure of your self-worth anymore. Okay. There needs to be reconciliation that happens. So I feel like this is kind of your guys' relationship after this big storm that happened. Like it's just kind of on fire now, and you're both kind of on edge, also walking on eggshells around each other. But you need to talk this through, both of you. You need to come to a solution for this problem. For some of you, I'm hearing like, or end it, which I don't know. I don't want to go into that. But you guys definitely can work through this. It just is going to take commitment on both parts. Okay. Because there does need to be repairing. You got me talk. So there needs to be quality time with you too. Like you need to spend time doing something relaxing. I feel like for a lot of you, it's coming down to like the stressors of life and like finances, where you're fighting over money, you're fighting over, you know, responsibility of the household and, you know, everything that it takes to just have a household and an adult and all of that stuff. And you need to find time where you guys can kind of take a pause from all of that, take a breather, and create a space or a situation where you're able to see each other how you were when you first fell in love. Okay. Like you just need to be like cool, calm, collected type of a thing, whether that's like going away or, you know, saying that for a weekend, you want to just spend some time together, you know, maybe run a bath and just say, I want to take a bath with you and put on, you know, music, whatever. I was going to say like spa music, but then I got romantic music. So, you know, whatever, maybe you need to connect in that way. But when you're able to come to the table and really talk through this and come up with a solution together. And what I mean by solution is it's a way of living, of coexisting with one another where you both feel heard and respected. Okay. Because for some reason, heard and respected, that was coming into play. Like, I feel like you both, there's definitely, I'm getting this energy that you both have felt disrespected by each other. And so, I don't know, take that for what it is. But when you're able to do that, there's going to be a lot of fortune that comes your way, in the sense, not material fortune, but like goodness is going to come to the relationship. Oh, I just heard like appreciation for one another, right? Which is the opposite of what we just talked about. You're going to be able to rely on each other and support each other more. Okay. So a lot of goodness comes to the relationship. I also feel like there's going to be kind of like this aha moment where you're like, oh my gosh, we are not going back to how things were before. Like we are going to lay this foundation for this new relationship, and this is where we're going to stay. We're going to have shared responsibilities. We're going to have mutual respect for one another, and all of those things that make up a strong relationship. Okay. One thing for you though, I'm hearing very clearly, is that you need to remember your magic. You need to remember that you, just all of like, think of all the things you're good at. Like I just heard like skill sets and education. Like there's a lot that you have to offer in the world and in this relationship. And so don't back down from that. Like hold your sword like a strong warrior and like fight for yourself in this relationship as you fight for this relationship. Does that make sense? Like you still want to have a place that you are authentic within this relationship. Okay. I kind of feel like this one is for your partner, that like, remember that they are, sounds funny, teachable, but they can change their ways. I think there might have been some doubt that like, oh my gosh, this person is just stuck in their ways. They're never going to change, but that's not true. I think that when I'm getting like, when they hear how much you're hurting, it's going to open up their mind, and it's going to open up their vision to how they need to change, how they need to do things differently, how they need to communicate differently. I mean, relationships, it's so like cliche, but really a relationship is communication. It's how you communicate with each other, and you're constantly learning, because that's changing all the time. Like how you communicate with one another, and how you discover how you communicate with your partner when they're in a certain mood, right? So there's definitely like growth and, again, teachability here. Okay. And I'm definitely feeling, so, okay, we got Winter's Dream, like kind of along Okay, so this is like an active like renewal, right? So like taking a bath, going for a walk together, like doing something together that's relaxing. This is kind of like a long-term thing. Like you guys need to make it so that long-term you are spending quality time with each other. I don't know what that looks like. Is that like a 15-minute walk every day together where you're talking about your day or whatever? Or is it like where you just say, we're going to go out on a date every single week and we're going to spend 3 hours at dinner chatting and just, you know, chatting or whatever. But it needs to be something more, this card is saying more long term. You need to bring that connectedness in a way that's long term. It needs to be habitual. Okay. And when you're able to do that, your future is secure. That is where, you know, your relationship is going to thrive. Okay. This was a lot. I hope that you guys can take all of that and just remember that communication is key. You can always learn new things and then try to create little experiences where you guys can connect with one each other and relax and slow down. You need to slow down. And if you can start doing those little things, then maybe you can turn that into something that's habitual. You can find something that you guys can both do long term. Okay. Sagittarius, I love you so much. Please, you know, comment. I want to hear what you think of this and, you know, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit that bell if you want to know when I've come out with new videos. And I hope that you have a wonderful month.